journey that I took up the mountain, and I need to say that I had no idea, had no plans of where I was going to end up. But as you can see, that these steps that I'm walking up now, it's just the nature of the place. It's so enticing and inviting. That's what inspires me, as I see places that intrigue me and make me want to explore even more. I think that's the best way to discover new things. I love forests as well. Just the whole aspect that they're so dark and mysterious. And I was quite frightened because I was there by myself, and you could hear like noises, motorbikes and things like that in the distance, and like roars, and you wouldn't know what they were. So, and I was also worried that I would be found out and told, no, you're not allowed up here. You're not allowed up here without a bike or anything like that. Because I really wanted to get to the snow. So I just kept walking, and now we are out of the forest. The forest was so dark and so creepy. I was glad to be out of there. And there, before me, was one of the most beautiful scenes that I had ever seen in my entire life. I was just astonished at how beautiful it is. I mean, you stop in your tracks just to admire how amazing it is, and so refreshing. I was still worried that I would be caught out and told to turn back, because up here it's they operate like parachutes and things. I don't know what they're called, but you can just parachute off the side and they'll take you back to the town. But that's not what I was up there for. I could just see so much snow that I had to endure and I had to experience. Later on, I was overtaken by just one other hiker, and we had a few words and a few laughs, and I just said I didn't realize how unfit I was. Like, when I got up there, I was I wasn't wearing the correct shoes or anything. Because I had no plans for this, so I just did what I felt like, and I just kept going. And I'm so glad I did. But yeah, I do have to remind you that I hadn't seen snow before this point. This was the first time I had ever seen snow and ever touched it. So I wanted to immerse myself as much as possible, and I wanted adventure, not with like a tour group or anything. I just wanted to go out and explore by myself. So this see below is Lake Wakatipu, and it connects to the town as well. That's the town down there, and the snow, let me tell you, it was very thick. You couldn't see the ground at all. It was at least a few inches thick in some places. It was quite deep. Like my feet would, it would come up like to my knees in some places, and the sun was just so bright up there, and the air also was it was very thin. Like I found it very, very hard to breathe because I'm just not used to it, I suppose. And also that when you climb mountains, you usually take walking sticks, and I could see that there were small holes that people who had gone on this trek before me had used these sticks, and it would have been a whole hell of a lot easier, but instead I just kept going. I wasn't going to let this stop me. So I think this is the highest point that I got to, and I was just so amazed. I think I stayed up there for about half an hour just talking to myself and going slightly insane. As you can see, this is me up there by myself, just in total awe of the place. It just reminded me so much of Lord of the Rings. The snow is just so incredibly beautiful and fresh. I must say that this was one of the happiest moments of my life, and I just felt that I could do anything is possible. I'm just trying to see if this was as far as I could go. In some places, no, I think I did go further. Yes, I did. In some places it was very, very steep, and I had a few close calls that I could have actually fallen down the side of the mountain. Yes, I did make it up there, and that was quite incredible. On the side of this mountain here, it was the snow gave you a kind of sorry, I'm just trying to think of the right words. The snow gave you you didn't actually know where the edge was. You had to be extremely careful. So I put away the camera for the most part of this, and I just had to focus on where, like, each footstep I was taking was actually meeting with the ground, because there was this side of the mountain that you had to climb up, and you had to be sure that what you were stepping on was actual land, because it was so steep in some places, and there was no like things to hang on to. I was literally hanging on to weeds and things growing out of the side of the mountain, and the rocks are so jagged. And another thing was, I was saying that I was very short of breath. I had to stop like every 5 minutes and have like a 5-minute break just to catch my breath. I do a lot of walking usually, but this really took it out of me. I don't smoke or anything like that. I just was, my heart was racing. So yeah, I just had to stop and take it easy and not die. Because this view that I was getting was just incredible. It was over the whole entire town, and there you can see the remarkable mountain range, and that hill, that you can see that kind of greenish hill. It is that's called Deer Park Heights. So yeah, I was the weather was magnificent as well. It wasn't raining or it wasn't cloudy, but yeah, I was just in total awe of my surroundings. I just wanted to soak it in, because I'm not used to seeing this. I'm used to like very boring, flat surroundings and city landscapes. This really gave me goosebumps. Like I felt like nothing could stop me. I stumbled onto something incredible, and I wasn't ever going to let anything bother me again, which as I can say now, a few months later, I have fallen back on things, and after watching this video again today, that it's reminds me to keep a strong mind and not let petty things or people distract me or tell me that I can't do things, because they won't win. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. It's that simple. It's moments like these that are life-affirming, that really change your life. And I'm so glad. And I mean, this didn't cost me, well, it cost me like $18 to go on the cable car up there, but the rest of it was just pure dumbness on my part of just continuing walking and not letting anyone tell me otherwise. When you do things your way, sometimes you discover stuff that you would never have seen otherwise, and you learn things about yourself, like your abilities and what you can do. I was just amazed at I've said that about 1,000,000 times, but it's hard not to see. I would have actually liked to have gone further. If I was more prepared for it. Like, as you can see, there's footsteps